Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Nique Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nique, and on today's episode, I'll be chatting with you guys and also doing a giveaway of this set of books, Harpacrown as well as Harpacrown 2 by Mark Shandau. So hi again guys, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for showing up, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for spending some time with me today. So first of all, before anything else, Happy New Year, alright? Happy New Year to all of you guys out there, all of my viewers, my subscribers as well. You know, I've had a great 2022. My time on YouTube has been really exciting and fun for me so far, and I do hope that this year, in 2023, with your continued support, I will be able to, continue doing these videos for you guys on YouTube. Right, so today is the 1st, alright, the 1st of January. It really is the first day of the year, and I thought I'd kickstart the year, alright, with an episode of Nique Chats with a giveaway. Right, everybody's favorite type of episode, right? It's a giveaway of this set of books by Mark Shandau, Harpacrown as well as Harpacrown 2. So this set of books, Harpacrown as well as Harpacrown 2, well, they are not exactly like new books, because I think the original Harpacrown was released back in like 2016 or so, and then Harpacrown 2 was released in 2020. And that being said, I only managed to get my hands on this set of books just like at the end of last year, right, in October, because, well, if you've followed my channel for, an amount of time, you'll know that in October last year, I actually traveled up to the UK to catch Darren Brown's show, right, up in Stockton. And on that trip, besides catching Darren Brown, I also managed to, have some time, have the opportunity to meet up with some mentalists as well. So Mark found out, I think over social media, right, that I would be going up to London, and he really kindly reached out to me and asked if I would be, free to just quickly meet up with him, right? And of course I said yes, right? So Mark really kindly came down to London where I was staying at the King's Cross area, all right? So he didn't have much time. We met up, we just had like an hour or so. So we had a quick coffee in the evening, and then, we just chatted about magic and mentalism. And then before he left, he presented me with this set of books, right, as a little gift, and I was really just so grateful for that really kind gesture. Because, this is a set of books that I've heard so much about over the years, right? And I've always wanted to get my hands on a set. But then, I never really got down to it, and then, we all know, right? Pockets were just slightly tighter over the course of the past 3 years. So I kind of limited my spending somewhat. On top of his generosity to me personally, all right, he has now extended his generosity to you guys out there as well, okay, because he recently told me that he would really gladly sponsor a set of these books as a little giveaway on my channel. All right, so do stay tuned till the end of this episode. I will tell you exactly how to participate in this very special giveaway. But before we get to the giveaway, I thought I'd just spend some time, all right, chatting a little bit about the contents of these two books. So let's get into it. So to begin with, let me chat about the first Harpacrown. Now the book obviously, contains like routines, right? Routines and method, the stuff that most of us, if not all of us, are interested in, right? But however, I think what I have found to be of more value are the essays that are interspersed in the pages of the book. So the book actually starts off with a little story about Ross Shandau, all right, Mark's dad, and I thought it was a really interesting way to begin a book because, in most magic books or mentalism books that I've read, right, they kind of begin the book with telling you about, how long I've been performing and, my story and how I learned magic, and it's all about like themselves, right? But the book really started off on a different tone because Mark just tells you the whole story about his father. And I actually found the story to be quite personal. It's a really touching story as well. So in reading that essay or, that little story about his dad, I felt that, a part of me kind of got to know Mark a little bit better. So Ross Shandau was actually a magician as well, and he was the inspiration for Mark, to get into magic. So if you do get the book, or if you have the book already, and if you haven't read that chapter, do give it a read. Okay, it's a nice read, I think. Okay, and so then come the routines in the book. Now the first couple of routines, interestingly, are coin tricks. their material using coins, and they use the Shandao switch, okay, which is a coin switch by Mark himself. While these are coin tricks, they deal with, coin bends and like predicting stuff and the dates on the coin and things like that. So while they are using coins, they are kind of used in a mentalism kind of a way. Next comes an essay entitled Magician's Guilt, all right, which I found quite interesting to read as well, because it is that thing, right, that all of us probably exhibit in one way or another, in that sometimes when we handle props, we do them in a really kind of unnatural way that kind of telegraphs that the props aren't exactly what they are, and I'm guilty of that myself. I found that the pricier a prop is, the higher priced it is, the more careful I am when handling the prop, right? Even when I'm handing it out for examination by a spectator, I'm just overly careful about it because, it's expensive, right? And Mark, addresses that little issue and reminds us about how badly, such things can actually damage the overall illusion. So the next routine in the book is a routine called Numbers. Okay, now a little confession to make. I have been performing Numbers, all right, this effect for over a year, all right, without having purchased this book. And well, briefly, I was doing a review for the Shadow Wallet by the 1914, and a subscriber on my channel got in touch with me and he recommended this routine from Mark Shandao called Numbers, right, from Harpacrown. So it got me really interested in the routine at the point in time, and I looked around. I had a friend who has a copy of the book, and he kind of taught the routine to me. Okay, so it's a slight confession here. And I really like this routine a lot. Well, basically, you have, the spectator generate a long string of numbers, okay, and from that long string of numbers, they create 6 numbers, okay, that they can use to buy a lottery ticket. And once those numbers have been created, you then remove from your wallet a real lottery ticket, right, bearing those exact 6 numbers, right? When I perform this in a casual environment, it just hits really, really hard. Then there's a routine called Pictures, okay, where Mark shares with you his handling to do a drawing duplication with a stack of blank business cards. And then there's a routine called Getting to Know You from Memory. Okay, quite a long title there. But this one is quite interesting, I think, because it's the kind of thing I like, because it's a card routine, all right? Well, kind of like a card routine, but it's not really focused on the cards themselves. It is using the identity of a card to kind of create something larger, okay, and from there you kind of reveal those larger things, all right? It's based on like the memories of a spectator. So this is the kind of routine I like, just using knowledge of one playing card and then seeing how far you can expand on it, all right, to create an even larger effect. Next up, there was an essay that I really related to called Going Pro. This one, yeah, I mean, he talks about all the difficulties and the struggles about, performing magic professionally. And well, as a professional performer myself, I really could just totally relate to the essays. And then there is a section where Mark describes his handlings of commercially available effects. Things like Glance, all right, which is a magazine test. There is also a Prevaricator, all right, by Patrick Redford, his own handling of that effect. Director's Cut, the iForce app from Greg Rostami. And then there is his handling for Magic SMS, all right, which is a really fun magic app, which I do perform quite regularly as well. So he's got his handling inside this book. And then in this particular edition, there are also contributions at the end from other performers, such as Mark Elsden, Michael Murray, and also Mike Phillips, all right? And in fact, Mike Phillips talks about the searchlight principle, okay, which is something that I do use on occasion in my own stage show. But currently, so far, it's been a really great read. I've enjoyed going through the book. I do intend to go through it again a couple of times, just to really absorb everything, right? But at this point, I've really enjoyed going through the essays, especially. And if you're not familiar with Mark's writing style, all right, it's really funny. I found myself really just giggling along, all right, at some of his little jokes here and there. So yeah, it's a really entertaining read as well as an educational one. So really quickly, let's now talk about Harpacrown 2. This one, again, in the similar kind of a style, on top of the routines, there are also some really great essays as well. So let me tell you, briefly about what's inside the book. So there's an essay about routining and scripting, okay, which is really important, I think. I've always felt that scripting, all right, is something that's really overlooked sometimes, because many times performers often think of scripting as just, I don't know, like patter, what you say during the routine, but it goes more than that. And Mark will tell you, and share with you his thoughts on how to create engaging kind of presentations, right? He's got this idea that he shares in there about his card calling routine. Just reading the presentation alone, just imagining how it plays out on stage, I can already imagine it to be a really kind of theatrical kind of a presentation. So the first effect is called a poison pin, okay, which is a pin divination effect. And then comes a routine, I hope I say this right, it's Ophiuchus, I think, right, which is the 13th star sign, right? So this is a routine where it's actually with like 4 cards. Now, unfortunately, when Mark came to meet me, he didn't bring the cards along, right? But that's fine. I think you will get them, the 4 cards that are required for this routine, with this book. But the basic effect is that with these 4 cards, you will be able to reveal a spectator's zodiac sign, okay? And along the way, give some readings as well. So the next routine is called a name and space, okay? So in this routine, done with 2 spectators, you'll be able to reveal one spectator's star sign, okay, their zodiac sign, and another spectator, you'll be able to reveal a randomly thought of name, all right? With both thoughts are just reviewed really cleanly, there's nothing written down, all right? Everything's done in real time. This one I found interesting because it's an interesting kind of handling, I think, and Mark does give credit for this routine, right? For something that Paul Brook and Colin McLeod published some time ago, all right? So if you know it, you know it. There's a routine called the present, where a spectator kind of imagines a gift, and then you'll be able to physically produce that actual gift from a gift box that's on stage. There's something called a broken heart out, okay, which is a kind of like a pocket index that you can kind of construct for yourself. Gone fishing is kind of like a card routine, all right, which has an interesting method to it, which is then applied to another item called the countdown book test. And then for those of you inclined for DIY work, all right, Mark tells you how to construct his Shendao lobes, all right, which is a gimmicked envelope, and then he will show you some applications as well, all right? So there are applications within the context of an ESP prediction, ESP card routine. There is also a witch hand routine, all right, using the envelopes that can be performed in a stage show. There's a routine in there called Burglars and the Medallion. Now this one, imagining it playing out, I think it's quite amazing actually, because well, really briefly, all right, random playing cards are called out by spectators in the audience. Those cards are removed from a deck, and it is seen that on the backs of those cards are written numbers, okay? So you have 6 cards named, there are 6 numbers that are created, and it is seen that those 6 numbers are the numbers on a lottery ticket. There is a routine called Paging Pegasus as well, which I really quite like. It is the classic Pegasus page kind of an effect, where a spectator looks at a page in a book, they remember the word on that page and the page number, and then when they check back, right, the page is seen to be gone, it's seen to be torn out from the book, right? So it's that kind of an effect. However, in this particular handling, there is an added kicker at the end, which I think really just knocks people out. There are many other items in the book, and one of them as well is something called force dimensional telepathy, all right, which, as the name kind of suggests, it's an envelope test, okay, but it is shall I say, a hands-free kind of a handling, okay, where you literally don't have to do any work, and you will be able to reveal a randomly thought of a drawing, number, as well as a word. And then, as with the first Harpacrown, there are also contributions from other performers, such as Mark Elsden, Peter Turner, as well as Mark Spellman as well. Alright, so let's talk about how to take part in this giveaway, alright, for this set of 2 books, okay, 2 books, okay guys, Harpacrown as well as Harpacrown 2. So to take part in this giveaway, very simple, alright, couple of things, okay, first of all, subscribe to my channel. You have to be a subscriber to qualify for this particular giveaway, alright? If you want me to help you, help me, Okay, subscribe to the channel. It is really surprising for me to kind of have a look at my YouTube analytics and see that more than half of you guys out there, all right, my viewers on this channel, are not subscribers, you know? So it's like, I don't know, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so number one, subscribe to my channel. Next, to put in your entry to qualify for this giveaway, all right, really simple, in the comments section down below, all right, simply answer this really simple question, okay, because I would really like to know as well, right, what was your favorite magic or mentalism release of 2022? Okay, something that you bought for yourself, something that you've enjoyed using or reading. It could be a book or a trick or something like that. Just tell me, right, what was your favorite? Just key that into the comment section down below, and that will be your entry for this giveaway. So I will be choosing a winner from all the comments, all right, on the 15th of January, all right? So I'm going to give you guys about 2 weeks to get your entries in. So I will go through every single one of your comments, all right? I promise you I'll read every single one, and then I'll pick a winner. So what happens after that is I will get your details, all right, your mailing details from you, and then I will just forward them to Mark Shendao. And from there, Mark will mail you a set of these 2 books, autographed as well. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Nique Chats of 2023. Alright, we are starting with a giveaway. Alright, so I think that's a really nice way of beginning the year. So if you're interested to stand a chance to win for yourselves a set of Harpacrown as well as Harpacrown 2, do put your entry into the comment section down below, and I wish you the best of luck. Till the next episode, do stay safe, take care of yourselves, have fun with your magic and mentalism, and I will see you on a future episode of Nique Chats.